Hey guys, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Destin Demarion here to talk about something that I don't think a lot of beginner anglers really understand, and sometimes even expert anglers don't truly understand, which is the power and the action of the rod, and selecting for different presentations and how to kind of pick that out based on that. So I'm going to talk about a few different variations of powers, what it means, as well as the actions and what they mean and what applications for each of those I really like them for. And specifically, let's start with I've just got a frog tied up here. This is an extra heavy. This is a Cashion Elite 7.4 extra heavy. So that's about the highest power rating that they're going to do on a casting rod. This one is also a fast action. So let me show you kind of what that means. The tip isn't going to really flex a lot, okay? This is an extra heavy. So basically the power in it is going to be the how much backbone it has, so where in the rod it's going to flex, which is down towards the bottom. With an extra heavy, it's not going to flex much. It's going to be, most of the flex is going to be down towards the end, and it's going to have a lot of backbone. And what I mean by backbone is this section of the rod is going to be very stiff on an extra heavy rod. And with a fast action, it is going to have a little bit more give than an extra fast action, because extra fast is going to recoil quick. So this fast one's got a little bit more give before it recoils. As opposed to the next one we're going to talk about, which would be a moderate fast action to it. So this one is a medium heavy. So medium heavy is kind of in between the lower rating and the extra heavy. So this is a chatterbait rod. This is the Icon series. Actually, it's not specifically the chatterbait rod, it's the multi-purpose rod, and I love it for a chatterbait based on that moderate fast action. Being a medium heavy, it's got a little bit more flex than, say, that extra heavy. It's going to flex a little bit further down on the rod here. Still got good backbone. It's not like a wet noodle like some of the lesser actions, which we'll talk about here in a sec. But that moderate fast, so it's got a lot more delay in loading up. So this comes in handy when you're crankbait fishing with top waters. You don't want to pull it away from them. Not a frog specifically though, because it's more of a tight line presentation you want to have. You don't want a moderate fast. You don't want it to delay that much. With the chatterbait, it's great. A lot of times we pull the chatterbait away from a fish. A chatterbait, sometimes a spinnerbait, but I generally don't want a moderate fast for a spinnerbait. I like it for crankbaits. I like it for chatterbaits. I like it for baits where they short strike it a lot. This is, the moderate fast. There's also moderate action. So it's just kind of in between two. I don't see a huge variation between moderate and moderate fast. Just any rod that has moderate action is generally got more flex. It's got that more parabolic bend to it. Great for those top water treble hook presentations, jerk baits, crankbaits, that kind of stuff. That's what I would look for. As far as power rating for those specific applications, medium heavy can be good for a lot of them, up to heavy. It varies a lot more because jerk bait I like a lot more flex. Sometimes I want a medium, moderate, moderate fast, that allow them a lot more time to eat that bait, so I don't pull it away from them, and it just loads up really nice, and you can fight that fish really well too. That's another big thing with that moderate fast, that parabolic bend with treble hook baits. It makes it, and chatterbait for this moderate fast, it just makes it a lot better for fighting that fish too. Treble hook baits have a tendency to come off very easily, so having that little bit of extra play and kind of wimpiness in the rod a little bit helps you fight that fish and not pull those treble hooks out. The other one I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to specifically go into every one, I'm just giving you a taste of each one. This is a spinning rod, but the action principle applies the same as a casting rod. So this one is a Cash-In Icon Series, is a 7-foot medium fast action. This one's got a medium, it's got quite a bit of play in the tip. As you can see, it flexes just a touch further down, it'll go just a little bit further down. Doesn't have quite as much backbone as, you know, the medium heavy, the mag heavy, or extra heavy. It's that fast action, so that recoil is a little bit slower than an extra fast, but quicker than a moderate or a moderate fast. This is great spinning rod wise for applications like a drop shot, Ned rig, a wacky worm is what I got on this right now, Texas rig, weightless Texas rig Senko. Stuff like that, this really is a good action. Sometimes I will beef it up to a medium heavy if I'm making really long casts. If I'm fishing heavier cover with my spinning rod in this case, I will beef it up just a little bit. And you know, with the spinning rod, I pretty much only use 3. I use a medium light, I use a medium, and a medium heavy for spinning rod applications specifically. When I get into heavier applications, most of the time I'm using a casting rod for that, because it's just got more power than a spinning rod. You're not going to have a lot of the slippage with the drag, even if you tighten it down. The casting reel, the casting rod setup is a lot more heavy duty for those kind of applications. So this one, this one's a medium. I like the medium light for drop shotting, throwing hair jigs, throwing really finessey stuff. Maybe really like a light flick shake type thing. Maybe a really light finesse ball head, swim bait, things of that nature. The medium heavy, it's something I use primarily only if I'm having heavy cover, maybe around docks. If I want to get them out of there quickly, just turn them and get them out of there. I got more power to do so. If I'm fishing, you know, heavier, a tube jig, a heavier Ned rig, something like that in deep water, because of all that line out, I need that extra oomph to the rod to get that hook set in and keep that fish pegged with all that, you know, resistance with the water in the line. So those are, you know, the primary, you know, powers of rods, actions, and I hope this really helped you guys, and I hope it helps you select the right powered rods, right action rods for the applications that you're looking to do them for. So if you like this, please go like this, subscribe, and we'll be having more content coming throughout the season. Thanks, guys.